Hello. Ooh, my straps are always fucked up on all my clothes. I guess that's what happens when you buy cheap-ass clothes from Old Navy exclusively. Whew. Hello. I'm the Chronic Illness Baddie, and this is a monthly favorites video. We're gonna be talking music, books, media, perfumes, beauty, ingredients. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram if you want to see more like real-time posts. It's hot as fuck here, and I did turn off my fan, but I'm not willing to close my bedroom windows and die of heat stroke. So if you hear some street noises, I live in one of the biggest cities in the world, man. It just be like that sometimes. Anyway, let's get into it. My first favorite of the month is on here. It's on a YouTuber. They're called Lemon Tea, and they make like core playlists. So like I really like their first Sailor core playlist. They just dropped a second Sailor core playlist, and that shit is fire. Like literally, whatever I talk about, I'm gonna link below. So check that out. They recently put out requests for like other types of playlists. I requested like a vampire related playlist because if you know me, of course I did. Next so I went to La Lagunilla. They're like a famous like art and antiques market in the city center of Ciudad de Mexico, and I got that poster that's in the background of all of my videos. That's from so in the 60s there were like all these films came out. It's kind of like the equivalent of like vintage Mexican Batman. He was Santo, a luchador, and there's like 50 movies of Santo just like fighting random shit. So I found this poster. It's Santo contra Baron Dracula, which is like the Temu version of Dracula, because I guess they didn't have the rights. So I picked up that poster and I actually watched the movie this month too. And if you're a fan of old films, don't sleep on old Mexican films, especially old Mexican, like, camp, old Mexican horror. Like, Macario is one of my favorite films ever made that came out of any country. That's probably one of the most, like, classic and famous, like, award-winning, old school Mexican films, about a man who, like, encounters death and, like, the devil, but, like, maybe not, though. Anyway. So yeah, we gotta put Santo contra Baron Dracula on my faves. So next, something else I've really been vibing with is putting like sparkling water or Diet Coke in my coffee instead of milk. I don't know if it's just because it's hot as shit. Like a cafe con leche can feel a little like heavy to me. I've been really loving, especially like only ice though. So we're talking like an iced coffee that's half Diet Coke, an iced coffee that's half plain sparkling water, or an iced coffee. So I bought some black cherry flavored sparkling water. That is incredible in an iced coffee. Maybe that sounds like insane to you, but if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? Next, we have Lilac Wisp from Skylar. I really hate that they only give you the option to buy these little roller balls and like nothing else, man. But Lilac Wisp, I think this might be discontinued, so I'm really I'm gonna be starting a no-buy year soon, so I'm trying not to really keep up with brands and like know what they're doing. So I don't know if this is still being sold. I don't know if this was like a limited edition something or other. Once I got a bunch of Skylar roller balls off like secondhand off a lady on perfume Instagram, so I'm not sure what's up, but this is amazing. So this, you really get like that lavender, like soothing spa, like purple flowers mixed with like an ethereal, and like it gives that like church at midnight, like holy ground type vibes. I love this. I'd say this is pretty unisex. Now for me, all perfumes are unisex. Like I don't think gender is real. I don't give a fuck, but like when you're describing things to others, I feel like you kind of are like chained by the common parlance if you want anybody to know what the fuck you're talking about. So but yeah, I think anybody could fuck with this. I really love this, honestly. So my next favorite, this month, I had a crisis. I wasn't doing well, and I started back in weekly therapy again. I think regular therapy, so for me, I have CPTSD, but I also have like a hormonal disorder, and the hormones can hit like everybody differently. So like if like 4 women have like PCOS, they might look totally different and have totally different side effects and issues, like you don't know. For me, so I already have complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Ooh, yeah, rev that shit. I bet your dick is huge. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I have like environmental conditions that produce mental illness, but I also have hormonal conditions that produce mental illness. So doing great. Weekly therapy, I really needed to get back into that, man. I feel like I make a lot of excuses and I'm like, oh, I can always do everything alone. And I was really resistant to getting medicated for anything or like going to doctors for my whole life. And I was just like raw dogging life or like self-medicating and like pretending I wasn't. Anyway. My next favorite is the film The Hunger. If you're watching my What I Eat in a Day vlogs, I watched this movie in my birthday vlog. It's one of my favorite vampire movies of all time. It's starring Susan Sarandon and David Bowie, and it's about vampires. So like, what more do you need? It's incredibly stylish. If you're a fan of the Hannibal TV series, the aesthetic and like vibes of this movie inspired Brian Fuller when he was creating Hannibal. It's like repeatedly, so I don't know, it's one of those movies I see like ratings online and it's like, I don't know, Rotten Tomatoes said like 70%, but then like you talk to like film assholes. I'm not really a film asshole, I only watch vampire movies. But, you know, it's highly regarded by the intellectuals, as it were. And it opens up with the music video of Bela Lugosi's Dead by Bauhaus. If you're a goth bitch, what more you need, ho? Like, So after that, this is actually on my birthday too. My bestie took me out for like dinner and dessert, and we went to Pizzas Nosferatu in Condesa in Mexico City, and it was the best pizza I've ever had in Mexico. That crust was crisp and delicious. Like, I think I'm gonna try and insert pictures of things I talk about if I have them, but like, or I'll just steal something off Google. I don't know, is that legal? But like, this was the fucking pizza, okay? It's so hard to find a good crust in Mexico. They be under baking the shit out of it, and I'm like, why this so moist? Like, Anyway, Pizzas Nosferatu, I'd say, like, I don't know why it's, like, it's not really vampire themed in any manner, but fire pizza. Literally. Next favorite, gotta be the Naturium lip balm. This is just the clear Phyto Glow. I actually don't like, they released like a shade expansion of like brown shades. Maybe it's just because I have, I'm super pale and I have olive undertones. All of them just straight up look orange on me. Like, but the clear, I've been using this as a lip mask every night, like this whole month. I just love it. It's so hydrating. It feels so good. It has like a little bit of like a vanilla scent going on, but like barely. It doesn't hang out forever. And I prefer like especially if I'm putting on like a night mask or something, I don't want to be tasting like fake plastic vanilla cake all night or something. So this, I love this, super recommend, but I'm not the colored ones if you have like pale skin or kind of like not super normal in the Western market undertones. Like, they just be orange, bro. My next favorite is mole almendrado. You've seen me eat mole almendrado con pollo. You've seen me turn the leftovers into chilaquiles in my vlogs. Mole almendrado is like a type of like Mexican mole. So almendrado, that comes from almonds. It's just kind of talking about the almonds in it. I find that it's like a very flavorful, like sweet and like mildly spicy sauce. So like, I really love like salado y dulce like juntos, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love like when something's like spicy and sweet or like salty and sweet. Like, mole amandarado is like my favorite food of all time. You gotta try it. If you've never had it, please try it. So my next favorite, I actually got a facial for like the first time in a decade on my birthday. And I got like the face workout facial where it's like they massage your face, and they say that it like makes your face like skinnier essentially, or like anti-aging or whatever. I don't really buy anti-aging products outside of like tretinoin and sunscreen. But one thing I would say, if you grind your teeth from stress, if your jaw be hurting, go get a face workout facial and let them literally like deeply massage your mandible. Like, I didn't realize, I think I've been clenching my teeth for 10 years. And I realized my jaw was relaxed for like the first time in my life. I just turned 33 and I've been clenching my jaw for 33 fucking years. And that shit was great. Loved it. So I super recommend. I'll insert a before and after picture that I had. I think it did actually like make my face look a little bit more lifted, which was super interesting. But you know, that's not gonna last. That's not what I really look like. And for me, it was more about like the relaxation and not like feeling my jaw unclench. It was incredible. This is a brown like fake leather belt with a ram belt buckle. I got this off the ASOS men's section. Again, buy clothes off whatever section you want. Don't let anybody tell you shit, baby girl. So I'm an Aries. This is Aries season. The ram is like the symbol of Aries, so I've been rocking this like constantly. I wore this on my birthday. I've been wearing this to the fucking OXO. I've been wearing this to the writers meeting. This is probably one of my favorite belts I've ever had in my life. So something I'd recommend too is if because of like health or other reasons your weight fluctuates a lot, always buy belts that are like bigger, and you can add like the little holes in yourself if you need. Like shorter, you can even, if you lose like a ton of weight, you could even like cut this off, add more little holes, you know what I'm saying? Something else I've also been loving this month is Eric Bogosian. Honestly, like if you're into Interview with the Vampire, I've been seeing on Twitter that like a lot of people are like, oh, like he's like in his 70s, is he gonna get sex scenes next season? Oh no. And I'm like, I'm gonna be watching those sex scenes, look into my eyes, I'm gonna be watching them with opera glasses and a cigarette. No, he's just mad funny. Like, I feel like in every interview I see with him, he just constantly brings up like Devil's Minion. He's like, I'm gonna bang Assad Zaman next season and you can't stop me. And I'm like, I'm not trying to stop you, King. Like, go off. He's just mad funny. He's super unhinged. He'd be like, yeah, I'm on TikTok. Like, he's so Julia. He's everywhere. I've just been enjoying it. And I think when I'm filming this, actually, it's like his birthday today. So my next favorite is these Remedios Varo inspired earrings. I got these from like I don't remember the name of the company, but it's like a small business in Latin America that sells on Amazon Mexico. So these are beautiful, actually. I'm gonna take one out and show you. Hopefully I can get it back in, but. So this is a reproduction of the woman in the painting, La Mujer Saliendo de la Psiquiatra, that Remedios Varo painted, I think, in the 60s. There was a long period of time where a lot of, like, intellectuals in the 20th century were kind of, like, coming to Mexico to avoid fascism in Europe, and like there's a lot of people that did like really, really cool like art, really interesting work. Like actually I think it's Trotsky, actually, the disgraced Soviet like dictator or something. I don't remember off the top of my head, but he had his little like cottagecore queen cabin in the south of Mexico City, and it's a museum today and you can go visit it. So, like, there's a lot of cool shit, actually. A lot of beautiful, like, surreal art produced by, like, cool witchy women. Like, Leonora Carrington and Remedios Varo. I'm a huge Varo bitch. I love these earrings. I've been wearing them constantly, and I will never stop. My next favorite of the month is just, like, Revlon lipsticks in general. I think... Wait, where's my other one? I had... I gathered a pile of objects and it has vanished. Oh no, it hasn't. It was under my book. Yeah, so these are actually different formulas of Revlon lipsticks. This is the Color Stay Suede Ink. These are just like bullet lipsticks. You can eat with these, you can drink with these. They don't like bleed and feather outside your lips. They're not going anywhere. I have it in The Money and Power Trip. I really like this formula. It is a little drying though, so if you crusty, probably not your girl. Then I have these, whatever, I had to. So these are just like the Revlon bullet lipsticks. This is a matte and spiced cocoa, and the other one is like a creamy one and ice glacé. So one of my favorite things I've been doing this month actually is mixing, I'm wearing this today. So it's this lipstick, but mixed with the MAC lip liner in Stone. This is super gray tone, and I think it like edges your lip look out, like grays it down, makes it a little grungier. That's what I'm fucking into. So this is actually what I have on today, so I'm into it. I'm not gonna stop. I'll pick that up off the floor later. You know what? You can always do everything later. Don't let anyone tell you to be more productive in society. My next favorite is a song. It's Young Lady You're Scaring Me by Ron Gallo. At least I hope he pronounces it Gallo and not Gallo. Gallo is like rooster in Spanish. The song Young Lady You're Scaring Me is everything to me. I've listened to this song 87,000 times. It came out within like the last 5 years, I think, but it's got like an excellent classic rock vibe, really good guitar solo. Bro, stop ringing at me. Bro, the Lord is testing me. Anyway, I'll link it. I might make like, I don't know. I'll make like a YouTube playlist of like song recommendations, I think, and I'll put all of my song recommendations in there. Check out Young Lady You're Scaring Me by Ron Gallo. Absolute fire. My next favorite is these boric acid capsules. I actually picked them up because I saw Taylor Wynn recommend them. If you tend to get like funky vagina problems around the time the seasons change, again, like if you're having like an STD, if you're having like serious health problems, please go see a doctor. Don't just buy shit that I told you to. But for me, like, for one thing, I'm celibate, so I know that if I'm having like funky vagina problems, it's not because somebody gave me something, you know what I mean? But I also know my body, and like, especially, I feel like when you have like one kind of chronic illness, like nothing works and everything's just like weird all the time, and random shit like kind of falls out of place, and you're just constantly playing catch up with like a body that's like constantly just like sprouting issues. Anyway, these are like boric acid suppositories. Especially when it started getting hot, I started noticing, okay, when I started getting hot outside. Like, I'm literally sweating right now. I don't know if you can see how, like, red my chest and face are. But, these really help if you got the funky vagina problems that are not the result of, like, a deeper medical issue that requires attention. My next favorite has gotta be Supernatural. I've fallen into a complete supernatural, like, hole. Because on my vlogs, they tend to come out like a month or two later. I don't think if you watch me in real time, you've seen me fall into a supernatural hole, but know that it is coming. I'm loving it. Like, especially I'm about finished season 1. The writing is incredible, honestly. There's a couple episodes where it's like kind of corny or like things don't work for me, but overall I think it's amazing that they were able to create such strong and consistent characters like basically instantly. And they explore, like, towards the end of the season is when you kind of leave like the funky, campy, like spirit, like what is it, like local lore, like ghost story type things. Like, we go from Bloody Mary to like, when this faith healer heals somebody, somebody else dies of what he is healing them from, like, what's the ethics of who deserves to live. I love it. That's what horror is for, to me. Anyway, 10/10, you gotta watch Supernatural if you're not. If you think that, like, you saw it 10 years ago and, like, it got bad, I think around maybe, like, season 5 or 6, maybe it got bad. I don't remember. But I'm only in season 1, and I love it. Also, I love all of their little costumes. Like, them pretending to be priests gave me fucking Fleabag moment. I was thriving. My other favorite next is gotta be jacaranda season. So I live in Mexico City, and in this time of year is when, like, the jacarandas bloom. So, like, these trees were actually a gift, I think, from Japan to Mexico, like, a long-ass time ago, and now they're all over, like, the city, just, like, these beautiful blooming purple flowers. I've been out in parks. I've been, like, loving it, honestly. But, yeah, I'll insert some pictures of, like, the jacarandas. Boop. Like, it's just a beautiful time to walk around, a beautiful time to be outside. I feel so happy and alive all the time. This is getting long, so I'm gonna just kind of speed through. So I have a friend, she took, like, a trip to Vietnam, and I asked her to bring me back some spices that, like, she'd never heard of, and she told me she picked up on ma ken and hot doi for me, like, in a market in, like, the north of Vietnam. So, like, they have, like, smoky, like, anise vibes. I need to research what you do with them. To me, it seems like they would be the kind of things that you either include in, like, a soup broth or use to marinate meat. So, if you know more about Vietnamese cooking than I do, please feel free to sound off and tell me what you do with hot doi and ma ken. I'm so excited to get into these. Like, every morning I just smell them. Like, Next, this is a vintage matchbook with a painting of, like, a reproduction of Klimt's painting The Kiss on the front. I picked this up at, like, a yard sale, a moving sale of, like, a cool, older lady who's moving away, and I got, like, a whole bunch of stuff from her. That video will be up in a while, I think, so, like, I'm referencing, it's confusing, because, like, it takes me a while to, like, get videos out, but I actually want to have this favorites be, like, consistent with April, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna post this at, like, the beginning of May. So I'm filming this at the end of April. You're gonna see this in the first week of May, but I've already been to the yard sale, but that video won't be up for, like, whatever, man. Anyway, this is super sick. It has a blue matches inside. I'm gonna use this when I light candles to do my rituals, so super sick. I love it. Speeding through, I found this pen in the shape of a bone under my bed. Hell yeah, bone pen. Next is the sample of Casbah from 1969. This is a beautiful perfume. This is, like, woody, powdery, spicy. It's like walking into a wit shop and, like, your feet creak on the floor and you smell, like, all of the incense, like, and, like, all the incense scents have kind of, like, baked into the wood. Maybe I should cut out my burping, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know, whatever. I'm full of, I ate a, tamal de chocolate for breakfast, so I'm mad full right now. Anyway, stellar perfume. I really love it. And we're gonna do the two Kayalis together. These are both things I've really been loving this month. This is Yum Pistachio Gelato, and this is a sample of the Wedding Silk Santal. These aren't usually things that, like, I don't know, so I tend to not really like very feminine, very fluffy. Oh my god, the street noises. So yeah, these are not the kind of scents I go for usually, but I love these, and I think that makes me respect them more, that they took, like, a type of scent that I'm not in love with and made me in love with them. This is, like, Silk Santal is, the Wedding Silk Santal is literally, like, fruity, champagne-y, like, effervescent happiness in a smell, and this is a pistachio scent that I'm just like, I think everybody loves this. Everybody knows about this if you're into perfume. It's like a fluffy, whipped, creamy, beautiful pistachio. One thing, I really pick up the lokum note in here, which would be like Turkish Delight. It really smells kind of like the powder and the sweetness on the outside of like Turkish Delight, and I love that. I'm a huge Turkish Delight person. All right, this is gonna be my last favorite before we go into the shit I did not like it all this month. This is, what is this? This is Odyssey Aqua by Armaf. This is like a relatively expensive, relatively inexpensive, super cheap, like Arab perfume. This is like, it's marketed as like a men's scent, and I'm wearing it today because I love this. It actually has, like, it smells like a soapy, fresh, watery, clean, masculine, like, honestly, again, like, I wear whatever perfumes I want. I don't really care. I tend to prefer more like traditionally masculine scent profiles, but I really love this. Like, I think this is like pretty much my ideal like warm weather scent for sure. Now we're gonna move into the things that pissed me off. First, I literally had like a blender fucking explode and short the circuits in my house this month. So it was by the brand Tefal. I don't know if that's like a Mexican electronics brand or whatever, but like, yeah, you heard in my vlogs, like, you heard the noise that shit was making, or you will hear it soon. I don't know. Anyway, it's coming up. I had a blender almost kill me, and I had a nervous breakdown. So that blender, totally hated it. This is a scent Queen Bitch from like an English indie perfumer called Juliette Rose Perfumes. So like, one, I was really excited to see this because Queen Bitch is like a really solid David Bowie song. I'm a big fan of his like 70s work. Two, like, this had patchouli in it, and I'm a patchouli lover. Now, I've heard a lot of people, patchouli can be a little bit like contentious. People be like, oh, like, patchouli smells like dirty barnyard animals, and like, I've never experienced that before. I could see like where some people come at it, they're like, oh, it's like scratchy and it makes my nose itch. Sometimes I get that, but I really like it. I really like it when it's mixed with sweeter notes, because I feel like it lends kind of like an edginess and a depth, either in like juxtaposition or like in blending. This is the first time I've ever smelled like a patchouli dominant perfume, and I was like, this smells like straight up like barnyard animals to me. Like, I don't know, I might try and mix it with something. Like, I have like a decent amount of juice in here. This might be one that I throw out. I just was not into it at all. Juliette Rose does have some really pleasant like gourmand scents, but like this, maybe like the patchouli in here is just not doing it for me, man. And my last thing that really I hated this month, so you know, I love the Refi like brow laminating gel thing, but it's mad expensive, so I was like, let me try and replace it with something cheaper, you know, let me respect myself. I tried to replace it with the e.l.f. Like the e.l.f. dupe for the Anastasia like brow dip or whatever. That shit feels gross, and everybody's like, oh, it works great if you only use like a little bit. Like, I literally cannot use a little bit enough that it just doesn't feel like straight up goop, and it doesn't hold my brows up. Another thing I tried to replace it with, this I just got off Amazon. This is the Got To Be. It's like an edge and brow glue. I'm wearing it today in my brows. And like, this has to be one of the most present brow products I've ever felt in my life. Like, it kind of, so it's weird, like, it crisps up in your brows, but it doesn't really laminate them, and you feel it forever. Like, if I put on the Refi brows, like, when that dries down, I literally forget I have anything in my brows at all. This, like, every time I have a facial expression, I feel my skin pulling at, like, the crusty brow glue. So, if you know anything that's like the Refi brow glue but cheaper, please let a bitch know, because like, I've been having like the fight of my life with fucking brows all month. Anyway, those were my favorites and things I hated this month. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Link is below. Bye.